Of course, it is a great feeling, because these kind of films, they mm, they come very rarely in somebody's career. And Jaane Bhi Do Yaaro has been a very um, cult classic, and you feel proud of the fact that you are part of it. And right from writing dialogues or performance, doing a role in the film, and the film has been appreciated when it was released, and till now people always connect to this film so well. So it is a great feeling. Today it was a very nostalgic feel that I saw the film with the audiences. So you feel great being part of Jaane Bhi Do Yaaro. It was just a coincidence. I was just telling the audiences that how I got into the writing team of the film. I had just finished shooting for Masoom, where I was assistant with Shekhar Kapoor, his first film, and I came to Delhi, and suddenly I went to Ranjit Kapoor's house, and there Kundan Shah was sitting, and Kundan had come from Bombay to sign Ranjit Kapoor as the dialogue writer, and suddenly out of the blue Ranjit said that I will not write it alone, and I want Satish Kaushik also to come with me on the board. I said, Ranjit Saab, I've never written a letter to anybody, how can I write, though I'm I've done plays so much, but and he says, no, you had a great sense of comedy, you have that, and I will like you to be my co-writer. I said, it is my honor to do, if you're saying that, it is a great feeling for me and great honor for me. And that is how I came onto the board as a dialogue writer, as a co-writer. But then when we were writing and there were so many roles, my whole intention was that when Kundan will tell me that he is giving a role to me also. So because everybody was getting cast, so all theatre actors, Pankaj Kapoor and Neena Gupta and Ravi Baswani, Nasir and Ravi Baswani were already there on the board. And he said, because he knows me, I am an actor also. And one day when we were doing the telephone sequence, we were actually, it was a great interesting art to write dialogues, that we used to perform a scene, after the screenplay was given. So we were performing, I was performing the telephone scene. And then Kundan said, yeah, this the role nobody can do, only you can do, this telephone exchange and thing like that. My God, that is how I came onto the board. While writing the dialogues, I came onto the board as an actor also, No, not at all. Actually, we were too scared because, NFDC films were never getting so kind of a exposure commercially, and Jaane Bhi Do Yaaro being a very, it was also produced by NFDC. So we didn't know that this will happen. But yes, while writing the script, we had, everybody had a great confidence in Kundan Shah, because he was really mad, and he had this, tangent quality about him, that he used to think very offbeat, in terms of humor. So, but we didn't know that this will come into a cult classic. Nobody had this idea, We thought that यार picture बना रहे हैं, जैसे बाकी पिक्चरें बनती हैं ऐसे बन जाएंगी, but this we didn't know. That till today, after 30-35 years, people know that this kind of film exists. It was made in 1980-81. 81. So after 30 years. It is still remembered. Nobody knew that. It was, everybody was, it was into the film, and everybody believed in the film. And those days, to make a film on such a shoestring budget was very, very tough. It is, but somehow, all the people who got onto the board belonged to theatre, who were never, kind of, their criteria was not that they have to make money, they have to get kind of money for performance or dialogue writing or cinematography. All the people somehow got collected together because they believed in the film, and they were highly talented, and they never put money into their checklist, first, rather than doing a film. So whether it was Vinod Pradhan, great cameraman, he's today he's a great cameraman. Kundan Shah, of course, was the producer, but Vidhu Vinod Chopra, who handled production, and did a role also in the Mahabharat sequence. Then there was Pankaj Kapoor, a great actor, from National School of Drama. Then there was Neena Gupta, there was Rajesh Puri from Delhi Stage, and there was Nasir and Ravi, of course, there. Then, Bhakti Bharve was spotted from Bombay, again a theatre actress. So all the people, Satish Shah, an unbelievable actor. So somehow everyone got collected who had these thing about them that they wanted to become big, and that is how why I think film also got those people, you know. Kundan used to live in Sign, you know, it was on a highway, and we little as it is we didn't have, you know, used to go for PGs and this thing. So it was a blessing in disguise also that for 1 month actually we were staying in somebody's house and we were eating and you know, having our little drinks, you know, in the at night also. So this was blessing in disguise and we had a great time. I remember उसकी बेटी अब तो शादी हो गई, उसके बच्चे हो गए, but Kundan's daughter, sometimes we will you know, 1-2 drinks down, you know, we will get up late or something and this little girl will come, you know, uncle उठो लिखो, uncle उठो लिखो. तो हम जीतम कहते हैं यार ये कुंदन जो अपनी बेटी को सुबह सुबह भेज देता है 8:30 बजे कोई को कैसे लिखेगा कोई यार. So it was great experience. We used to eat in his house, stay there, you know, sleep there sometime. And then for a break we used to come out of that closet of Kundan Shah. But it was great because there were so many dreams, you know. One wanted to achieve something in life, and that was the best part, that all the people attached to this film were achievers, you know. They wanted to achieve because of their art, you know, because of their caliber, because of their talent. We wanted to name protagonists, and suddenly this, you know, when you are writing a film which totally, you know, mad caper and funny and there is no logic to it, so said okay यार अपने दोस्तों के नाम लिख देते हैं इसका, इनकी कास्ट जो है वो कर देते हैं सुधीर चोपड़ा और उसको वो बना दिया असल में विनोद. तो it because Sudhir was assistant to Vinod Chopra, you know. So it is like that because they were part of the unit. I said चलो इसका नाम यार विनोद सुधीर रख देते हैं असल में for just fun sake, you know. You've seen him, he was brilliant. He was brilliant, you know, and it's because everybody wanted to contribute, you know, whatever capacity, you know. I remember Kundan having his little ओल्ड क्लासिक कार, यू नो, ऑस्टिन होती थी उसकी, जो कई बार कभी रुक जाती थी, सारे एक्टर्स धक्का लगाया करते थे उसको, उसमें कभी वो गर्म हो जाती थी, उसमें फ्यूम्स निकल आते थे, यू नो, एंड यू नो पीपल यूज्ड टू kind of dump themselves into, you know, this car, and it was a great experience, and he handled production, you know, because the whole thing was making a good film, great film. Like those days Vinod also made Sazaye Maut, you know, which was everybody contributed to that film. Or Saeed made Albert Pinto ko Gussa Kyun Aata Hai that time, you know. So this whole group was kind of a collective group. They were one in a sense, you know, because they used to help each other in every manner, you know. And Nasir was their mascot, you know, because a great actor they had who could really help everyone, you know. And he used to be in every film of everybody's, you know. No, but Nasir is a great actor, and you know, when Nasir takes up a role, he knows that he has to get into some kind of and great actor always knows that if he is getting some kind of arena which maybe doesn't belong to him, but because of his you know, craft, you know, one can really handle it very well. And because Nasir is a brilliant actor, is a world-class actor, so he knew that how he is going to carry on this comedy, and you laugh at this thing, though he's very natural, he's not like others, you know, they're making faces on this thing, he doesn't believe in like that, you know. And this protagonist which he played, he knew that where to create you know, kind of comedy and this thing, but it was because he had to play a real character also, you know, that way. So Nasir, being a world-class actor, he knew that his craft will definitely take him to this genre, definitely. My favorite scene is, you know, you can't deny that Mahabharata scene is the best scene, but for me, you know, the best scene is the telephone where Nasir and me, and especially for me because you are you know, in the same space as Nasiruddin Shah, you know. It was scene between Nasiruddin Shah and Satish Kaushik. So I always cherish that. I remember that to be with Nasiruddin Shah in just one scene, that was enough, and people remember this scene a lot, you know. So for me, it becomes a very nostalgic and very kind of a achieving sense, you know, that so that scene is my favorite scene, you know. मेरा फेवरेट डालो तो वो है ना, थोड़ा खाओ थोड़ा फेंको केक का जो है, थोड़ा खाओ थोड़ा फेंको you know, how to really great It's a very comic this thing to वो कितनी बिलीवेबिलिटी से उस इडियोसिटी को करना पड़ता है असल में ना कि हमारे ऐसा होता है तो that's my favorite dialogue. I remember shooting this sequence at Ali Bagh for where Nasir and Bhakti Barve come as news reporters. Time magazine से आया है सलाम हमारा अमेरिका का सलाम है सर. That was shot for nearly 3 days continuously. Means actor used to sleep there, then they will be woken up and then get मुंह धो करके फट से मेकअप करके come for the shot. And I remember my theatre festival was happening those days. मेरा ना पृथ्वी में कोई plays भी चल रहे थे तो मेरे को कैसे कई बार आना पड़ता था to perform also in theatre and then go at night and shoot there in Ali Bagh. So that was a tough schedule because and another one is the first day shooting was very interesting. When Kundan started the film, the first scene was that we are hanging on this little kind of a this thing on the crane, when Satish Shah, Neena Gupta, me and Pankaj Kapoor, they are on this trolley, on the crane. And first day Kundan, where are you taking us, yaar? And Vinod Pradhan being in that trolley also. I said, यार मर जाएंगे यार ये क्या कर रहा है पहले दिन ही. It was a huge story building and we were hanging in the air doing that scene. I said, क्या कर रहे हो यार पहले दिन. कहता अच्छा तुम लोग मर जाओगे तो सारे दूसरे एक्टर को ले तो सकेंगे कम से कम. उन दिनों में ऐसी लिफ्ट तो होती नहीं थी तो ये मतलब it was scary मतलब नीचे देखने का दिल नहीं करता था. That was first day shooting was just it didn't get out of our mind, never. We always remember कि यार उस दिन कुछ हादसा हो जाता तो क्या होता. ये ग्रेट एक्टर्स कहाँ जाते बेचारे. ऊपर जाके इनको एक्टिंग करनी पड़ती. These kind of things happen once, twice. It is you can remember comedy films on your fingertips. It is चलती का नाम गाड़ी और प्यार किए जा और पड़ोसन और जाने भी दो यारो. जाने भी दो यारो takes the cake because it is very contemporary. Rest of our kind of love stories or something or the other which fell into a commercial successful format, but it was a great idea to make Jaane Bhi Do Yaaro a contemporary cult classic. So ये चीज़ें ऐसे हो जाती हैं, you can't plan that. आज भी कॉमेडीज चलती हैं, गोलमाल सीरीज़ है बहुत अच्छी है and I think Raju Hirani has he should be given standing ovation for making comedies which has great value also. It is commercial, yes, of course, commercially very viable, very successful, but yet there is so much heart into the film. Hats off to him for making Munna Bhai 1 and Munna Bhai 2, that he could really kind of mix these two things together, where there is heart also, there is seriousness to this also, and yet it is very funny. Or Three Idiots, good. He's a great director. He's handling comedies in such a great manner. Superb.